Alright, big up all you lot for tuning in today. I'm Jojo, I'm the host of the platform. Respect every single time you lot watch one of my videos, innit? Now today we're reviewing one of the best artists coming out of Jamaica, yeah? Now this woman, yeah, for about 3 years I've had my eye on her. She did a reggae sessions in 2017 with the BBC. Shensi was on that video as well. Obviously it's a freestyling session, but she stood out to man because when I was watching it, I was like, she can actually spit, and her energy and her vibes as well was so contagious. I was like, there's something about this woman in it. So ever since then, I've tried to keep my ear to the streets of what's coming out of Jamaica. I always try to make sure I know what's coming out of Jamaica music-wise. But everything she's dropped ever since then, I've been all over it. So this EP is called ExPerience, and we're talking about Lila IK. Now this EP, it come out on the 15th of May 2020. It blends R&B, roots reggae, reggaeton, and like a trap dancehall kind of tune, but it's got like a hip hop influence in it as well. 26 minutes long. The themes and like what she's talking about, I'll say, is like life, love, growing up, and like spiritual guidance. Now she's Protoje's her mentor, so if you know Protoje, that made the tune with Chronics, who knows, that's her mentor in it. I think he's kind of bringing her through. She's from Manchester in Jamaica, yeah, and I'm not sure what people think about this, yeah, but to me, she reminds me a lot of Garnet Silk. So if you don't know Garnet Silk, he's one of my favourite reggae artists ever, and he's from Manchester as well. There's something about her, every time I listen to her, I tend to see like, yo, or something comes to my mind that reminds me of him. I don't know what it is, I get that. Like, there's something about listening to her music, I just think of Garnet straight away. So yeah, Lila IK, one of the best products I've heard so far this year. Like, it's been a repeat ever since I heard it. It's only really been up for like a week and a few days now. But I can easily say I've listened to it at least 6 times. Yeah, about 6 times every day since it's come out, and that's minimum. Like, it's always on repeat. I like the blend. I like she's a freestyler. She's versatile. She sings. She raps. There's a silkiness in her voice that just makes her stand out, and that's why I'm reviewing this video, and that's why, yo, like Lila's cold in it. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight to the track list for you lot, because this EP is defo something. If you're a music head or if you just want to listen to something different, definitely something you don't need to listen to. Now the first song on the EP is called Where I'm Coming From. Now Where I'm Coming From, it was released in 2019, so it'll come out before this EP even come out. Now this is the tune I was talking about, where it's got like a trap dancehall kind of beat here, but like a hip hop influence. Now it's her talking about like being a little girl growing up to now actually becoming Lila IK. Now if you watch the video, it shows like her parish, or it shows the parish she grew up in, Jamaica, and the area she grew up in called Christiana. And like, it just is very nostalgic to like just growing up, and she's like, I'm strong. When I look at where I'm coming from, I'm appreciative of everything I've gone through. Now in the second verse, that's my favourite part of it, where she was like, let me tell you about the life of a queen in this here concrete jungle. That part is so cold. It's one of my favourite songs on it. Now obviously it came out before the EP came out, so now I have other songs I listen to like a lot, but like before this, I always used to spin this tune, because this tune is cold. Like, the beat in it, there's the whole vibe to it. It's got like a hip hop beat, but it's just so many blends, and it just stands out. It's therefore still, like, even though I've listened to the EP and like the different songs on it, it's still one of my favourite songs on it. It's in the top 3, and so I can't lie to you. It's therefore up there. Like, this tune is banging, fam. Now the second song on here is called Solitude. Now Solitude, yeah, it's definitely like an R&B song in it. Now the instrumentation in particular, the guitars, the violins, and the bass are it. It just does it. Head to toe, it's just flipping it from like. This tune's about people that try to rob your peace, and like people that don't want to give you space. They're always in like your face. She was like, just give me peace of mind. I just need solitude. I just need space to myself. There's a particular line in it that's so poetic, fam. She was like, everybody's trying to talk to me, but nobody's trying to hear me out. Now that line there, I don't know why. I feel like that's the line a lot of people kind of be like, yo, that shit's true, fam. So on this tune, yeah, I don't know why as well, but I get a strong Tony Braxton influence. I can kind of tell she grew up on Tony, because the way she was singing, like the silkiness to her voice, and like the way she was like framing her voice, yeah, I can definitely tell she grew up on Tony Braxton. I'll be surprised if somehow she says she didn't in it, because Tony's influence in this shines bright from. Solitude is one of my favourite songs on there. I've been stuck in it for the past few days. Every time I listen to the EP, whenever I get some Solitude, I spin it for about maybe 5 times before I go to the next song on it. Like, it's just that tune. So obviously it's one of my favourite ones on it as well. So the next tune on here is called I Spy. Now I Spy is a reggaeton song. It's one of the songs that came out before the EP came out. On this tune, yeah, she's got Jazzy Lee, she's got Naomi Cowan, and she's got Savannah in the video. And these are all like women Jamaican artists, yeah, that are all kind of doing their thing right now. Them not have a video on the Real Rock Rhythm. They made it with the BBC and Shawnee B. It's therefore a video you should check out because I've been banging it out. That thing is cold, innit? On this tune, she's more or less saying, I spy that you might see something you might like. Kind of she's trying to innocently flirt with a guy, innit? On this tune, with the producer's name's Izzy Beats, I was listening to her talk about it. And she was basically saying that, like, he basically said to her, yo, I've got a beat for you, innit? And she was kind of reluctant initially, I think she said. And then when she heard the beat, she said she actually liked it. And she just said, I aspire. And then somehow the song got made, because both her and the producer were like, this could work. And then the song came out, and then now it's become what it's become. So I Aspire, it's got like a different flow to it. Obviously, it's a reggaeton song, so it's very different to everything else that's on here. I like the video as well. So yeah, I Aspire, I think it's a song that a lot of people will like. You can kind of dance to it, it's groovy, it's different. Track 4 is called Stars Align. Now this song, yeah, it samples Protege About Noon on his A Matter of Time album. This tune is very jazzy, it's about falling in love, it's got like a different vibe to it. It's sort of like the song that you can just like vibe to, like you're just chilling, like just bop your head to it. Her vocals are very silky throughout the whole song. It was also a very standout-ish song on the album as well, or on the EP. So track 5 on this is called Forget Me. Now Forget Me is like a soul song. The bass and the guitar on this stand out, to me anyway. It's about a relationship that's going sour and she's more or less saying, yo, if we're always beefing, what's the point, fam? Like, I don't get the point of us always fighting, so if that's the case, I might as well go left and you go right. But if every day we're just going to be fighting, I might as well just leave. So she says, if every day we're going to fight, I think it's best that you forget me, because all of this that's going on ain't right. How can I go if you won't let me? It's very different. Something I've noticed about this tune as well, and like the second verse, yeah, like the intensity in the instruments changes. Like the beat kind of changes, but it's the same song. When it gets to the bridge, it's like it just becomes a lot more intense. It's like a build-up throughout the song, and I like when there are very few songs that do that, but this song does that, and it stands out to me. Now the next tune on here, yeah, another one of my personal favorites. This was the first song that was released on the EP. It came out in 2018. This tune is called Second Chance. Now what stood out to me about this song, if you're a reggae fan, you lot will clock this straight away. As soon as you hear it, it's got Dennis Brown, Promised Land sample. Clear as hell. As soon as you hear the song, if you know your music, you'll hear that straight away. Now, first time I heard it, yeah, I can't remember that. I played it straight away, yeah, when the tune came out. Obviously, it came out in 2018. When I heard it, as soon as I heard Dennis Brown, I spun the tune again. I was like, what? Promised Land? Like, the only other song that I've clocked that sampled that tune, it was Nas and Damon Marley in Land of Promise on their Distant Relatives album, innit? The one about like the diaspora and all of that. So when I heard it on this, I was like, yo, Dennis Brown. And obviously when you listen to the song, it's very, 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 very cold as well. You listen to it, she's basically saying in the song, you're like, can we fall in love again? I think she doesn't want her ex to leave her, but he's adamant to leave her. She's saying, yo, don't leave me, stay with me. It's just different, it's got a nostalgic feel, it's got an old school feel, but at the same time it feels very current. So she's been able to kind of like blend the two worlds in one. Now the last tune in here is called Thy Will. Now Thy Will, it samples Baltimore by Sly and Robbie. If you know old school reggae, Sly and Robbie, you know, innit? Like legends in this thing. We're not talking about them today, but respect to them, innit? Because they are Sly and Robbie, you know what it is anyway. On this tune, she's talking about spiritual guidance. So in the first verse, she says, on her journey, she's seen so many things. She's seen negative thoughts, she's seen people with dirty hearts. And she's basically saying, yeah, like, the only way to fix these sort of issues, yeah, is to put in the music, because the message in the music is what will fix this. And of course, it's like, what are they going to do when God comes? My people, you need to know that God's will is always going to be done. My people rise. Remember that we're black people and we're strong. And when we rise, this is how we're going to overcome, and this is how we're going to deal with these sort of issues. So it's a perfect sort of tune talking about the African diaspora. It's a roots reggae song. I love it. I love the way it ends the EP. It's a catchy song, spiritual. I love it. One of my favourite ones on it. Even the last verse here where she's spitting, I won't tell you what she's talking about. You like listen to it in it, because she's talking about stuff in it. Like, you like to check it out for yourself. So that's my review of Lila, aka the ExPerience 7-track EP. Blends so many different genres. I can't wait to see what Lila drops next. But yeah, Let me know what your favourite tunes on it are. Till next time, respect and Lila. I can't wait to see what you comment next in it. So keep doing your thing, you know your code, and that's that.